Um, I want to say something about what I just saw, and I just want to say I'm so sorry for for girls and women and what they got to deal with because I saw this thing about a girl who got kidnapped by a guy, and nobody bothered to do anything. And it just makes me think like like what is what like is this like I don't understand. Like, why don't people, when there's a problem that happens now, something like that, someone either gets killed in the street, someone's getting robbed, what is with everyone now just completely ignoring it and not doing anything about it? Because here's the thing, right? You ask anybody this, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, sure, I would totally step in and do something about it," right? But then people who say that, they do the exact opposite. I'm not saying that's all of you. I'm not saying that's everyone. But I'm just saying though, because there are a lot of people who will say that they'll supposedly jump in and help someone or call the police, but then they'll stand there and not do anything at all, which I don't understand. Why? How could you sit there or how could you just stand there and just look at that and not do anything about it? I don't understand. I don't know how I could see myself standing there witnessing, like, okay, I want you to be like, okay, look, I'm only making this because I really feel like I could really help with someone, help people with this kind of problem and issue. And I'm blaming, you know what? Here's what I'm blaming. I'm blaming rap nowadays. I'm blaming social media. I'm blaming how women who are rappers project themselves in their songs, and then it makes the girl think it's all cool. And I'm also blaming guys too who are rappers, because it also makes it seem like, oh yeah, the only thing about girls is that, oh, it's just nothing but they're no. Okay, here's what I'm trying to say, right? I'm trying to say basically, like, rappers in general, when they promote that kind of, like, about women, all like it's nothing about just their butt and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying right there. You do that, you're gonna have kids do that. Now it's gonna be like people like that who I just saw in a thing saying about guys. That guy to the girl, and then another thing I'm gonna blame is, like, the parents these days and how people are too. I'm blaming that, how people are these days, and parents, how they're not telling their children, if you see this happening, you go do this. Okay? If it was me, if I ever have kids, I'm gonna let my son know. If you ever see a robbery, a murder, or someone getting kidnapped or something like that, I'm gonna say what you need to do is you need to call the police, or if you can't do that, try something else. Because you can't just let that happen, because that's just wrong. Like, you just don't stand there and let that happen. You could have done something if you would have that person. No, correct. I'm gonna correct that. Those people that watched that and didn't do anything, you know how much help you know how you could have helped that girl. You could have picked up the phone, called the police, and she would have probably got saved. But no, you want to stand there and look at the whole situation like it's nothing and just brush it off. And that's it. You're just gonna walk off and brush off. And because it has nothing to do with you, right? If it has, that's okay. Okay. If I was walking on the street and I see a woman about to get killed by a man, I'm not gonna just stand there and be like, oh, okay, fine. I'm just gonna keep walking. And I'm gonna completely ignore the whole thing because it has nothing to do with me. No, I'm gonna step in and help that person because she's about to get killed. And the reason why I would do that is because I have sense. I have feelings and everything. And I know what's right and wrong and everything. And I'm not saying that they don't care, but just don't be afraid to say something. I'm not saying that like the people who witnessed that situation, they might care, but don't be afraid to say something because you're worried about don't worry about if you get yourself involved in this problem that you're gonna get serious. You're gonna make it even worse for you and that person. You could if you do something about it, you could do something good. You could help that person from whatever that is or whoever it is, and you could help whoever it is. Everything like. And I just hope that we could change the way how it is. And my mom's always saying this, how my mom always gets like, when I have this kind of talks about this with my mom, she always says, when we talk about this kind of stuff, on this kind of topic about what I'm saying right now, and and I feel bad because my mom's 34. And I feel bad the way how she has to look at the way how the world is now. And she got to think back and be like, dang, when I was a child, none of this happened. When I was a child, people did this and that because it was the right thing to do. But I feel bad how she has to live in a world like this now. And nobody's doing anything about it now. Because it's, forget you. If you're gonna die, so what? It has nothing to do with me, right? No, that's not how it should be. And I feel bad for all the kids, or I feel bad for who everything, I feel bad for all the victims who were in rape, murder, robbery. I feel bad for all you people because the people who were there and they didn't bother to help you. I'm so sorry. And I hope that when you could spread the word that if what I'm trying to say, you experience something like that, you should tell people, and especially young kids these days, you should especially tell young people nowadays what to do when something like that, and not just and just show people here's the thing. What would you do if that was you, right? If someone was robbing you and you couldn't do anything about it, the only thing you could do is call for help. And say there's 30 people around you, but they didn't do nothing, right? You would want them to help you, right? But then they didn't do it, and you'd be wondering why. But then, if it was the other way around, and you were that person that witnessed that, would you really help? I mean, really, ask yourself that. Would you really help someone if that was you? If you were the one witnessing that, or if you were the person that was in that situation, I want you to really think, what would you really do if something like that happened to you, or if you just witnessed something happening like that? I want you to really think about that. All right, and I'm gonna show because I wanna really help kids and everything, and help change the way how they think and everything. Because if one of my friends ever talk about this kind of stuff, or the other one I just talked about drugs and everything, I want to show this video to hopefully help kids understand that this is bad, that you should not be doing this at all. You should know what's right and wrong and what you should do, and not just forget about it. So that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm so sorry for how what women gotta deal with, and what girls too gotta deal with, and you know, and I'm so sorry that you guys gotta deal with this crap for men. But I'm so sorry about people in general who experience any of that stuff too, though. So there, that's it.